Okay, and some more key terms for you guys. TVL, total value lock. It can mean a whole lot of things. It could be all the tokens on a decentralized exchange. It could just mean the total value of all the tokens in a very specific liquidity pool. Or it could just be your total value of tokens within a specific pool or position, however you want to look at it. So it can mean a whole lot of different things. The context you kind of figure out once you start doing this. Market cap, and this is a very important one to understand. It's the total value of all these specific tokens. Don't get it confused with TVL. It's the total value of all that specific token across the entire market. So all exchanges, all of it combined, that's the total value of all that token, circulating or not. Now, you will have really high market cap, like over 10 billion or less than a billion. We see a lot in meme coins, things are happening in under 100,000, 500,000, a million, 2 million, 3 million. These are kind of lower. Why is that important? The lower the market cap, the more impact that trades will have on it. So if you've got something that's really low market cap, a massive trade that comes through it, let's say the market cap is $100,000. If someone makes a trade worth $10,000, that's going to have a massive impact on the price. If you have a market cap of, say, 1 billion, then the price impact of a $10,000 trade is not nearly as significant, okay? This can affect a whole lot of things, and we're going to keep going and explain how this is, but it's very important to understand market cap. It can impact volatility as well. Okay. So volume, I will say this, you'll hear me say this in a regular bootcamp course as well. Volume is king to a liquidity provider. Volume is everything, because volume is the trades, it's the amount of trades coming through a specific pool for a token pair over a specific amount of time. And you'll usually see it represented in US dollars or, say, a quote token such as SOL. You usually see it in increments of 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, and 24 hours on your charting tools. But this is really crucial to understanding, high volume, making money. If the volume is dead, you're not making money. So volatility, it's a degree of variation in cryptocurrency's price over time. Okay, so big price swings, that price impact, especially with a low market cap token, you will see a lot of volatility on these because smaller trades are having a bigger price impact. So it's that up and down on that you see on the chart. Okay. Volatility it's a double-edged sword for a liquidity provider, because volatility can be very good at fee generation, but it can also mean big losses. In our regular bootcamp course, we talk about something called impermanent loss. This can have a big impact on that. So it's two different things. It also triggers something called dynamic fees, which again, we talk about in our regular bootcamp course. But volatility it can be very good. Okay. Slippage. Okay. So it's the difference in what you expected and what you actually got whenever you are making a trade. Okay. It can be positive or negative. It can happen in your favor, or it could go against you. It can be caused by a lot of different things. Volatility of a token going up and down. Whenever you saw the quote, you saw, okay, I'm going to get this much money for this token. and then you click submit or go, well, a price could change in that amount of time and you actually get something else. It could be less, it could be more. It just depends on which way the token goes. Low liquidity can have a big impact on slippage. If the liquidity in the pool is not very deep, then it can have a big impact on that price and cause a lot of slippage. You could lose money on that. If the execution is delayed, again, that can cause slippage. Really massive orders, if it's got a big price impact, that can have it. And also bots doing sandwich attacks or MEV, which you need to Google that on your own, they can cause slippage. But again, so now price impact, that's just the change in price by any given swap. So we already kind of talked about that a lot, but the impact, the biggest factors are large trades, what is the market cap, and the available liquidity. Okay. All right. Another very important key term for you guys to know is the contract address, often called the CA. It's a unique number and letter combination associated with every coin. It's very important when you're trading or providing liquidity that you have the correct contract address for the token you are trying to buy, sell, or provide liquidity for. Because scam tokens can have the exact same name, but they can't have the exact same CA. So in green, these are the legitimate contract addresses for SOL, USDC, and MET. But I found like a USDC, a fake USDC, it's scam in red here. That's the contract address for it. It has the exact same name, USDC, but it's a fake one and it's a scam one. It could be unsellable, and so they just kind of take your money there, and there's like a scam MET. So make sure you have the correct contract address before you proceed in anything. Okay, now we're going to talk about arbitration or arbitrage. All right, so this is very simply put, it's like a token on the market is at a much lower or higher price than the rest of the general market. Across decentralized exchanges, you'll see lots of pools for the same token pair. Okay, and they can all have similar prices, but they're not exactly the same. And the reason for this is because it requires swaps to go through that pool in order to change the price. So they tend to stay pretty close to the same. And part of what helps that is arbitration. Okay. But if the difference is large, bots or even the DEX aggregator will find that and says, oh, say SOL is trading at, like today it was trading at about 140 US dollars. Let's say that the SOL in another pool is at 120. Okay. Well, that would be in the favor of someone to purchase that SOL for 120, and then they can turn around and sell it for 140 and make profit. Okay. So that process of that happening is arbitration or arbitrage. All right. So you will see this even in regular liquidity pools that are trading, but maybe they've got a really high fee. Okay. So until that price is the best price, it's not going to get a swap. So arbitration sometimes is what causes that to actually happen. So I'm going to come to this pool right here that has only about $15 in liquidity. And we see this big warning up here that the pool price differs from the estimated market price. The pool price is 0.002239 SOL per OOB. But on the market, it's actually higher. It's 0.033. Okay. Well, the reason why it hasn't gone up is that there's no liquidity in that price range for the token to move to. Okay. Um, if we were to add liquidity of this here, we could suffer from arbitration, because someone will go out there and say, look, here's a much cheaper price for this token, so I can immediately buy it, and I could turn around and sell it right away for a profit. So you will see this in pools with low liquidity or no liquidity. They'll be out of sync, if you will. You'll also see it on pools with very high fees, in and out. And again, once arbitration happens, then it sinks. So it just kind of depends on the situation there. What's the case? Is it a lack of liquidity, or is it just because of high fees?